Welcome to Real Judaism with Rabbi Klapper. Unfiltered wisdom for Jewish life.
Okay, we're continuing in this paragraph from Re'eh. We're in the middle of the paragraph. Elavadai tzrichim heim le'emtsoim le'tachbulas l'knoisosam v'lo yibatzu gam kein mafsidim lehem sharchikim min ha'adam v'lo yachzru d'rochim laharchim mafsideim. A person needs to put in effort in order to grow in his avodas Hashem. There's no question about it. And the Mesillah Yesharim says over here that we need emtsoim. We need ways of doing it. You know, you might call them tricks. It might be a trick. But a lot of times the tricks work. Sometimes we need to use these tricks in order to help us. One type of trick is giving ourselves incentive. For example, a trick could be that I want to work on a certain particular thing. I want to work on something, but I have no motivation for it. How do I do that? I want to get up to for Shachris on time, but I don't have the ratzon for it. So if you give yourself an incentive, if I get up for Shachris X amount of times, I'm going to get something. I'm going to get ice cream. Now, a lot of times these miftza'im are done from the outside, right? A parent who wants to get his kid up, sometimes it doesn't work. Every time it's a little bit different. Every person has to know themselves. I remember, depending on the person, you have to know yourself in order to use these types of things. Some people are more positive and some people are actually work better negative. I know somebody who wanted to get up on time, was very important. So instead of making a positive type of mitzvah, he made a negative type of mitzvah. He punished himself if he wasn't there on time. The positive type is, if I'm on time 5 out of 7 days a week, I'm going to treat myself to some ice cream, right? The other way of doing it is for every minute, and I know somebody who did this, for every minute I'm late, it was in America. Every minute I'm late, I'm going to pay a quarter. But they stopped because it got too expensive. Yeah, they couldn't afford it anymore to do this mitzvah, right? But it was working. But it depends on how strict you are on yourself. A lot of times people, I'll just tell you another thing about human nature. And it's really important, in order to know how to work on your avodas Hashem, you have to recognize yourself, and you have to recognize what your nature is, what human nature is in general, and what your particular nature is. Many types of people are all or nothing type of people. All or nothing type of people is very dangerous, because basically that's what it is. Either I'm working on this ad sof, or I'm not working on it at all. There was a guy I knew who told me that he used to learn 5 prakim of Mishnayos a day. Wow, that's a lot. 5 prakim of Mishnayos a day, that's a lot. You can finish Shas in less than 4 months if you do 5 prakim a day. Less than 4 months you can finish. So I asked him, how many prakim are you doing now? So he said, none. I said, why? So he said, it was too much. I couldn't handle it. I said, I hear that. Well, but you could have done 4 or 3 or 2 or even 1. Why 0? Why nothing? Because human nature, and this is not by everybody, but you have to recognize yourself. Human nature is, many times, I have a goal, I want to get it, and I'm so gung, I want to do it. And then when the energy runs out, I'm like, I just throw the whole thing away. Instead of saying, hey, wait a second, let me do it at a pace that's a little bit more normal. Granted, I won't finish Shas by tomorrow morning and still get a good night's sleep. I won't. It'll take time, right? But I'm going to do it in a smarter way where I know it's not going to sap all of my energy, and I'll have to be a little bit more patient. But that's a smarter way of doing it. You have to recognize what can I possibly do, and you have to learn to be patient. This, the Mesillah Yesharim talks about, there are different ways of growing in your avodas Hashem. You have to, a person has to stop and think, and many times the best thing to do is to ask. I have a plan. I want to finish Shas. So what's the best way of finishing Shas? Is the best way of finishing Shas to join the Daf Yomi Shir? For some people, yes. For some people, no. How do you decide? How do you know if that's the best way for me to finish Shas or not? If a person is not sure, they should ask. Maybe the best way to finish Shas is to do 5 blot a day. Maybe it's to do only 1 Amun, not a whole Daf. Maybe it's even to do less. But I'm not going to finish Shas. Of course you'll finish Shas. You won't finish Shas in 7.5 years. You'll finish Shas in 10 years. You finish Shas in 20 years. It's so-called what? I mean, why, what's forcing you to finish Shas so fast? The biggest, most important thing is the consistency and the growth, not necessarily the way you do it, but I have a goal and I have to work exactly with me, with myself, recognize myself. And if a person is not holding in a place where they really recognize themselves, then they should ask. They should talk to somebody who's a little bit more knowledgeable, somebody who has a little bit more life experience to help guide them they should get to their goal. But if you don't know yourself and you say you're so inspired, I'm going to do it, you're going to run out of gas pretty quickly. And then what's going to happen? Just going to drop the whole thing? So what does it mean? Where did you go? So there are all kinds of things that help you get there. There are things that will push you away. There are things that will help you fight those things that will push you away. And we have to recognize them. And here in the Sefer over here, that's what he does. He gives klalim of the things that are going to help you, things that are going to push you away. But they're all klalim. Each individual person really should do a cheshbon and nefesh where they're holding and ask for help. And that way, they're actually on a very personal level, which is what everybody is. We're all on our own personal level. We'll be able to follow, be able to grow on a consistent level, again, with patience, and we'll reach levels that they've never dreamed of. It just might take a little bit longer than they thought it would. Okay, we're going to stop over here.
Thank you for joining Real Judaism, where we explore Torah's wisdom for real life. Created by J Foundations and produced by Eli Podcast Productions. Find more episodes at realjudaism.org and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.